lock on, device on the back. What's up, y'all? happy hoodie.
Make sure you're on.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? We all now? How you doing? Okay, I just went away. We live, baby. We live. You can go ahead and
If anybody's watching, let us know if y'all can hear us okay. If the sound is. It should be. Okay. Okay. We good. All right. Woo. We back with another episode of House. Why just in case you got so closer.
so we both be getting time.
Okay.
Hold on. Now you want to come on.
So y'all, we're back with another houses and hoodies. And you know, before we do it on each show, we introduce what hoodies we're wearing today.
Indeed,
So I'm
indeed.
gonna start. I just have on a blue Nike hoodie. Nothing special today. No characters. What about you?
The inspiration. I'm matching the salt and pepper. You know, so I got a little off white, off gray going on
The
there.
gray and the white going
Yeah.
on.
Let's get them out the nosebleed section. Don't that look
Yeah,
better?
that's better.
So we're not gonna be doing a lot of interacting because we had to go by the mobile phone. But you know
Yeah.
what? That's life. You know what? We're gonna have to put you some power in there. You looking like. Okay, cool. And then it go to your.
Here we go.
Okay, cool.
But no, we're good.
We're good. So not a lot of interaction. So how was your week?
It was good.
It was good?
Busy, long,
Gotcha.
but it was good. How was yours?
It's good. And this show today is just like life, right? You got to be able to adapt, man.
Yeah,
And
because things do not go as planned every day.
A lot of adaptation having to go on in the economy,
Yeah.
what people's mindset,
Yeah.
and real estate.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So what you got for us today?
So today we're gonna be hitting on don't chase the price, but negotiate the payment.
Don't chase the price, negotiate the payment.
Yes.
It looks like we got 12 folks on. Thanks for the thumbs up. Who is this? You know who that is?
No,
Yeah, that look like somebody.
I'm not sure, but thanks for joining.
Yeah. I don't know who you are, but be respectful, or we will take you off here. But thanks for coming. You know what? And if you're wearing a hoodie, you know, put a thumbs up in the chat so you'll know. And as we grow, as our channel grows, and we're able to do a little more interaction, we may do some type of hoodie stickers or something, right? For your followers and
so
stuff.
you could let us know what you're wearing. As of right now, you could just say what color hoodie you have on.
There you go.
So we know we're not in it together or in it by ourselves.
What color hoodie? So gray, light gray,
Yeah.
match the grays,
I got on dark blue.
and put what state you're watching in, abbreviation from the state. So Texas, TX.
Yeah.
That's for us, all right?
Alrighty.
So now, like I said, what's going on this weekend?
So I really wanted to hit on, as I said, the title for today is "Don't Chase the Price, but Negotiate the Payment." Because I know overall, when we talk about houses and real estate, the narrative is that these houses are expensive, and like I said, that's everywhere. But I hear it. I'm in Texas, San Antonio to be exact. I hear that a lot in our market, that our houses are priced very high. So I don't like to just dwell and point out the problem, but to kind of give a solution. So let's deal with payments, right? Because when you're shopping for a home, we're not so much looking at the purchase price, but more so, can I afford the monthly payment? Am I right in saying that when people are shopping for homes?
I think people like to believe that price is really what the driver is, but the numbers bear out. And from what I see in my practice, folks are concerned about the monthly payment. So if the monthly payment is where in their sweet spot, you know, they'll pull the trigger. I agree.
For sure. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to hit on is to be able to see how much you can afford a month. Because at the end of the day, owning a home all comes down to affordability. And the way to do that as an individual, you don't have to be in the real estate industry to know what your monthly target payment should be. All that is looking at your budget, what you have coming in, the expenses you currently have going out, and then whatever you have left over can be used as your mortgage payment. So, say you have like $2,000, $2,200, whatever that is, and I think somebody just joined. Hi, whoever that is. Not sure who you are, but thanks for joining. But yeah, whatever you have left over after you've done the calculation and your budget, that should be what your target monthly payment is, because you know for sure that's what you can afford.
So let me jump in and help them out a little bit. So based upon what you're saying start with where you are. Start with your budget.
Right.
Right. So what I would like to add to that is this, guys. Remember, when you're qualifying for a loan and you're looking at payments and things of that nature, we as lenders qualify you on the gross.
Yes.
Okay. But what I hear you saying when you're talking about looking at your budget, those are net numbers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So those are net numbers. And I think this is very important as we move forward and to help those of you out there that are feeling like you can't buy because of the narrative that's out here, right? And the FOMO that's being pushed. So what you're saying is if you start with your numbers first, that's going to give you a real good sense of what you can afford. On top of that, and I'll throw it back to you, here's a good rule of thumb, okay? FHA loans say that you can qualify and have a total debt ratio, that's your monthly payments that you have, and the proposed house payment shouldn't exceed technically 56.5%. Now, should they buy if their total debt to income ratio is at 56.5 in your opinion as a realtor?
I don't think you should. To put yourself in the best position, no, I don't think you should. Now people do it, but I don't think you should. I wouldn't buy with my debt to income ratio of 56.5%. Would you?
No, and again, I asked that question specifically because online, one of the negative comments that I get on my channel is, "Oh, you're a salesman. You're trying to push people into homes."
Yeah.
Right. So, I can't speak for you, but what I hear you saying is, I can't tell you not to.
Right.
But I'm asking your opinion.
Yeah.
Would you?
No.
Why?
You're over leveraged. You how can I say that? You have too much. It's too much debt. And it's owning a home is unpredictable. So just because you're okay right now in this year doesn't mean you're gonna be okay in the future. It's too much that can happen without, or that's not within your control, if that makes sense.
There you go. So you guys are grown-ups.
Yeah.
Right? And everybody wants choice.
Yeah.
But a lot of folks that I'm hearing today, after the fact, we don't want accountability.
Yep.
That's why you guys come to this channel. Because we are homeowners. I'm a homeowner and I'm an advocate. You're not a homeowner yet.
But I want to.
You're working on it, right?
Yeah.
But have you benefited from your parents being homeowners?
For sure.
Right? Is that why you want to be one?
Yeah.
Okay, so because of that, we're not here looking for the quick, we're not trying to convince you to do anything. No. We're educating.
Yep.
Okay, so technically FHA, you can go as high as 56.5%. Just a few more minutes, Kay. So here's the deal. You take your minimum credit card payment, your car payment if you have it, your student loan payment, what we call installment loans, Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm. Hopefully you're watching our channel. And if this is new and you have them now, you won't have them as you continue to watch us because these are things that you don't want. But those are the debts that you calculate on this side, right? Then, as you're saying, once you look at your total pie, you're most likely going to be looking at net income.
Yep.
But we qualify on gross. So you want to get your pay stubs and see what your gross income is. So FHA, 56.5. VA, really, there is no debt to income ratio. Okay. Now, it's lender by lender specific and case by case specific. But just as a general rule, I think everyone else, right? VA, USDA, or conventional, you should shoot for a 43% ratio. So that means you take the minimum payments that you have, You can hop online to Zillow or whatever and get a proposed payment, or you can reach out to Kay,
Yep.
right? You just, how you want them to reach out to you?
Click the link down below for a consultation.
For a consultation.
It's the best way.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the best way. So if you really want to delve in and get deep into your specific situation, but you take those minimum payments, you take a payment that you see on Zillow, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, and HOA. Factor one in based upon where you are and add that together, divide that into whatever that number is, and that's how you get your ratios.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Go ahead.
And then, like I said, once you have, the whole point of this is to put you in the best position possible when owning a home, because there's a lot of buyer's remorse, and that comes from not being educated on the heavy lifting up front.
Right.
So, as he said, you calculate your true debt. Yes, you are qualified on your gross, but you don't live on your gross, which is why I say you go off your net. You go off of what you're actually making. So if you have $2,000 left over a month to afford a mortgage payment, you know you can actually afford that. So once you have that number, you reverse engineer. Okay, now I know you're not a loan officer, you're not a real estate agent, but you do your math, you run your numbers, right? Say you got $2,000 left over that you can spend for your mortgage payment. See what purchase prices you can afford, what your interest rate may need to look like. Do different scenarios and get those ranges. That way, when you do step out and partner with the lender or partner with the realtor, you're not just going in blindsided, but you know this is where I need to be shopping. And if interest rates are above this or here to there, you may not be able to buy right now, but you're getting yourself in a position to be able to buy.
Yeah, you got to know before you owe, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that came out from Dodd-Frank after the 2008 to 12 housing market debacle, right? You have to know before you owe.
Right.
And so you won't be on these social media platforms complaining after you've obtained the debt, right? And so to that point, you are spot on in what you're saying. And I know a lot of people always want to, you always want to get to the part that you want to get to. But it's these areas that cause not having a good experience with ownership, right? And let me explain, because I'm seeing this a lot on my channel. Thousands of comments, literally, regardless of age. My target market is 25 to 55.
Yeah.
So it's not just young folks, it's everyone on the continuum. And what we're going over now is something that the majority of people don't know.
Yeah.
And they want to find out after they get into a situation.
Yeah.
So once you find these ratios and these net numbers, now you have to, this is the part that you have to make the decision on. Yes. You have to know what's comfortable to you. Let me explain. Cleaning my garage earlier today, okay? Here's the deal. Whenever we want something, and see if you agree with this, Kay.
Okay.
You always, in your mind, you create the best case scenario, right? I'm going to clean and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Why? Because I want something.
Yes.
Right? If you could do this exercise that I'm about to give you, it will save you a whole lot of heartache, right? I'll use cleaning as an example. Wherever you live today, okay, when's the last time you cleaned? Okay, I know they like, what is this dude talking about?
Right? Have to do with the topic.
Well, I'm going to tell you what it has to do with it, because one of the biggest issues, we're talking about affordability.
Yeah.
And it's because a lot of folks that are getting on the first rung of the property ladder try to buy the McMansion.
That's very true.
See, you got to get in where you fit in. And what I'm saying is, what you don't understand, even if you have the money and you say you buy a big place, assuming that maybe one day I'll have a family.
Yeah.
I did a lot with ladies, single ladies, right? I'm going to buy this place in anticipation of the family. Danger. Wait till you get the what?
Family.
Then you buy what you need, right?
Yep.
So now I'm back in my garage. I wanted all that space, but you got to clean it.
Yeah.
Or you got to pay somebody to what?
Clean it.
Clean it,
yeah.
Right? Or it's going to be what? Dirty.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying with this in your exercise, these are all the things mentally that we put on our backs. And now we feel like everybody's against us. The economy is, I'm 22 and when you bought a house, because you're 50 and you bought a house, it was $3. No, it wasn't. Right? And we had challenges.
Yeah.
You have challenges.
Yeah.
But see, my mother-in-law says this all the time. I did it to myself. And we do this a lot. We do it to ourselves. So we have to start with the numbers, Kay. The numbers are paramount. They want to get with you. Show me this house. Show me this house. What's the market doing? What are your numbers doing?
Yeah.
What are your numbers saying?
Yeah.
And then once you have a good grasp on your numbers, everything else just it becomes clear.
Yeah, and not even in life, you have to know what you want. You can't, to be successful, you have to have a plan. And with owning a home, you have to know what your plan for that home is.
Amen.
If your goal is to be a homeowner, how long do you plan to be there? If you plan on leaving, how long are you going to be in that home before you leave? What's your exit strategy? In order for a professional like myself or a lender or anybody else in the business to help you, you have to know what you want to do. We're just there to make it make sense because this is what we do on a daily basis.
And when you do those things, then the numbers become easy.
Yeah.
See, we want to put the horse before the cart.
Yeah.
Right? Because the numbers are the numbers.
Yeah.
The numbers say, you know what? This is what the numbers do. They either say yes,
Yes.
or no.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you pay, you can stay. If you can't, if you don't, you won't.
You can't.
Right?
Yeah.
And so real estate really boils down to all of the intangibles, right? Diapers, divorce, death, well, downsizing and death. The
Yeah.
4 Ds.
Yeah.
These are 4 reasons why we buy, right? Because we're forming households and things of that nature. So the point that you just made, and I want to see if we can't go that way, since you're talking about your numbers again, right? And working backwards. What is the minimum amount of time, in your professional opinion as a realtor, should someone have to be thinking about living in a home before they buy? Does that make sense?
Yeah. If you're very, 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 very serious, 3 months at least. I
Well,
think.
I'm not talking about as far as application is concerned. Let me say that's why I wanted, because I know I ask a lot of questions. This is
Okay.
what I'm saying. Before you buy a home, right?
Yeah.
Right? How long do you need to know that you're gonna be in that home before you start applying and getting your documentation together? That's what I'm asking.
Oh yeah. How long do you plan on being in that home? Is that what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking.
Okay, yeah. That's long term, like 5 on the lower end, really 7 to 10 years. That you should plan on being a home, because it's a long term decision. Comparing apples to apples, renting is short term. Buying a home is a long-term decision.
Right,
So
right.
if you don't plan on being somewhere for long, or say you're in a profession where you relocate a lot, and they may not be paying for you to buy your property or buy where you're going to stay, it may not be good for you to buy just yet, because you're from here to there whenever you need to be.
And these are the exercises, in my opinion, that you need to go through before you even get to the numbers.
Yeah.
See, convenience is a very
It kills.
it kills.
Yeah.
It kills, and that's what's really being sold today.
Yeah.
Everything is so accessible.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like I could just reach out and touch it, right? But again, the intangibles, like you said, okay, I'm a single person, right? First of all, are you an entrepreneurial, you know what I'm trying to say? You have an entrepreneurial mindset as a single person, because the likelihood of you moving around, especially career-wise, is probably higher than somebody that's married with kids.
Yep.
And so, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That once you make that decision, okay, you know what? I can take on roommates. I can manage this house if I decide to go somewhere else, because I have that entrepreneurial mindset.
Yes.
I'm not buying because I saw it on Instagram, TikTok, and wherever else
Or whatever other influences you may have.
that are influencing you with all of the beautiful B-roll and things of that nature.
Yes.
Only for you to find out that that's not what you really wanted to do.
And you couldn't afford.
And see, again, we ain't even got to the numbers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so this is why I think your channel is different. Yeah, we're going to get to some numbers. But you know what? You can Google a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm not a big numbers person. We're about making the numbers make sense. What are they saying? You know what I mean?
Well, because the numbers are going to number. Once you've made up the determination in your mind why you're buying.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
And then once you get the why and you know who you are, right? Based upon where you are in life, then everything else when you come to me, hey, Robert, I'm dealing with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right? They got a new addition to the family. They just got married. That sounds like 8, 9, 10 years to me. Hey, Robert, I'm sending you Michaela, just graduated from college, looking to start a career. Is she sure she wants to do this?
Right.
Right? Well, no, she's making $120,000. Good.
But are you sure you want to buy?
But do you understand? I know everybody's telling you to buy, but let's have this conversation.
Yeah.
Right? Because once we delve into it, it may make sense. Right? Okay. I see where you're going. I see your brokerage account. I see your savings. You have an entrepreneurial mindset you're building, right? You're not just doing what a bunch of people told you to do.
Right.
Well, maybe we come into this condo downtown. It's growing, this, that, and the third. You keep it in your portfolio, yada, yada, yada. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we go with the numbers.
And develop your plan.
Your plan of action.
Yes.
That's what you're a professional at.
Yeah, plans. Right? For sure.
Because we know the numbers.
Yeah.
And if you don't know it, I know it.
Yeah.
And if I don't know it, I call my OG and he knows it. Right? So we can get you right as far as the numbers are concerned. Tell me this. Okay. Your market, San Antonio, everybody, from what I'm hearing on the news, they love to pick on Austin. They love to use certain parts of Texas saying the sky's falling. What do the actual numbers look like over this last week, if you have them, as far as the list to sold price? Or do you have that, or what the listings look like?
Yeah, I have it. And we had we'll call it an average of 2,300 listings last week.
Okay, 2,300.
Yeah, which is pretty good and that's just here in San Antonio. That was the report I ran here in San Antonio. And then as for your question, the difference between what the house was listed for and what the house was sold for is about 3.3%. So all that means is they listed a house for $279 or $300,000.
Just use 100,000 for easy math. 100,000.
Yeah.
And it's over 97,000. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's slow down. Okay. Let's not just throw numbers. This is what I mean. You say San Antonio, and for folks that are living in other states, they don't understand. In Texas, you know, San Antonio's here, and then you have a bunch of smaller cities around it, right? That makes up the metropolitan statistical area.
Yep.
So I would say you take San Antonio and the cities around it, probably got 3 million people.
Yeah, it's a lot, and it's growing.
2,300 homes ain't a lot of homes on the market.
No.
So you see what I'm saying, guys? You have to know what the numbers are saying. Now, it could sound different if I say there's 100% more houses on the market year over year. There's a housing crash, right? Well, 100% could mean we went from one house to 2 houses.
Yeah.
So again, you have to understand this is where you get with a professional that can interpret the numbers for you. You see what I'm saying? But to your point, I'm coming to you to buy.
Yeah.
I'm listening to YouTube and everybody. It's a buyer's market. Would you agree?
Yeah.
It is, because there's more homes on the market, right? Then I'm your client,
Yeah.
right? You sent me to Robert already, and Robert said he good to go.
Yeah.
He can buy 400 up to 400 grand. Everything's good.
Okay.
I'm happy with the loan, right?
Okay.
I'm like, okay, you show me a house I'm happy on. The house is $400,000.
Yeah.
You said 3%. That's $12,000 difference, right? But I say, okay, I want you to submit an offer for $175,000. It's a buyer's market.
It's not realistic.
It's not realistic.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
this is why you have to understand that 3%. Yeah, we could go down 12 because we're looking at the numbers week over week, not the internet, right? And so you have some wiggle room. Now, watch this. With that 12,000, right?
What can you do with it?
That's what I'm trying to say.
So you can ask for a cut in the purchase price. You can ask if it was listed for 100. You can ask for, or whatever. You could ask for that difference in the price, or you could ask for that number in what we would call seller concessions, which is just money that the seller is gifting the buyer to help in the purchase of the home. And that money can be used to pay off your closing costs, which are, say you're getting a mortgage, that's your lender fees. That deals with all of the things that they had to do to get your loan to where
appraisal,
it needs to be.
survey, title company fees,
Yeah.
and which aren't a part of closing costs because those actually go to third parties,
Right.
but the establishing of your escrow account.
Right.
So you're very right. That 12 grand, maybe I'm in a position, right, where I need more relief in my payment,
Right.
right? So maybe I take those monies and I get back with Robert and say, okay, how much can $6,000 buy my rate down? Then we look at, okay, do we want to do it permanently
Or temporarily.
or temporarily, like a lot of builders
Right.
that you guys are seeing with the 2-1 buy downs and the 3-1 buy downs, right? But it's all a strategy based upon those first exercises that you did
Yeah. And your plan.
and your plan
Yeah.
that nobody wants to go over.
Yeah.
Because that's not the sexy part.
No.
The sexy part is I got a house, I'm on it, look at the keys and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna either love me or hate me if you work with her and she sends you to me. Because I'm not her only lender. But these are some of the things I'm gonna get you to think about.
Yeah.
Do you want to clean the garage?
Yeah.
Garage 1,000 square feet.
And like you said, they may love it or hate it, but those conversations are necessary because there's a lot of information on the internet.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is broad.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to make it plain.
Right.
Because buying a big house, the big house is nice, but you do have to clean it. It's a lot to clean a big house. There are a lot of things as a buyer that you may not be thinking about that we're going to point out. You may not like it, but it's realistic.
Can I give them 3 real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
The garage. All these beautiful windows I got.
Oh, yeah, watch
Right?
the window.
You either clean them yourself or they start off at 500,000. Pause. All you young folks that's crying and lamenting, you don't have to go to school. This is real game I'm about to give you. Right? There's a lot of money in cleaning windows. Back to the regular scheduled program.
Yeah.
So windows, and then you got to clean this house.
Yeah.
Right? So if you got thousands of square feet, right, it's cool. But after all of the I call it the new car effect, right?
Yeah.
After about 3 months,
a
you're gonna pay somebody to do it,
Or you got to do
or
it.
you're gonna do it yourself, or it's gonna overwhelm you.
Yeah. And you'll regret it.
You'll have buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because it's a buyer's market, they need you to help them be aggressive but not delusional.
Right.
And you just gave them an example on how you look at those numbers, right? To see, and you might be able to be a little more aggressive, right?
Yeah, it depends on the house. It depends on the sellers. It depends on, because just like each buyer has a story, each seller has a story. A seller might be more motivated to sell a certain house, so you can be more aggressive.
Tell them about, without names, tell them about the last deal that we did and how, do you have the insight? Yeah, tell them about that. Tell them about that.
So the last deal we did, the sellers were motivated. They weren't even, am I right? They weren't even in state. They were out of state at the moment.
So
right?
no, they weren't stable. What happened was, that's why I was asking, because I didn't know if you knew the whole deal.
Go ahead.
Our buyer wanted that house,
Yeah,
and it was under contract with somebody else.
it fell through.
It fell through, and their agent pulled the house off the market.
Yes.
You were like, why don't you call? I called. See, these are just little things that you see what I'm saying? Called, was able to have that conversation. This is what online people can't do for you. It's about relationship, and it's about, your agent or their team's ability.
And the home I was referencing before we got
There
to
you
the
go.
one they bought.
They were out of state.
That seller was out of state, and they were very motivated to buy. The problem with that house,
Sell. They were motivated to sell. You said buy.
they were more motivated to sell. But the problem with that house was the insurance. There had been a water claim on the property that was making insurance either really hard to get or it was really expensive.
Right.
That's another tip when you're searching for or looking to buy a home. Get those, if you're in a tornado area or a flood area, get those flood and those windstorm, those insurance quotes up front to see what's going on with the property, because we wouldn't have found that out if she didn't go insurance shopping.
And she knew that because she got your buyer's checklist,
Yeah.
which they can get by how? How can they get your buyer's checklist?
It'll be in the description.
In the description below.
Yeah.
Again, these are things that aren't talked about. This is not the sexy part, right?
Yeah.
But when it's done properly, we prevented this buyer
getting
from
that house.
from feeling like they had to go forward with something that was an issue, right? And ultimately, they ended up buying the house that they really wanted,
to begin
right?
with.
Because they were prepared.
Yes.
And we knew
What they wanted.
what they wanted.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we knew how to be aggressive. We knew how to, got a heck of a deal.
Yeah.
She's happy to this day.
Yeah.
Talked to her the other day. Right?
Yeah.
So again, buyer's market, knowing the numbers, Here, you got 2,300 homes on the market this past week.
Yeah.
Just rehashing. The difference between the list price and the actual solds for the number of homes that sold over the last week, there was about a 3% decrease. So whatever that number is, multiply that about 3%, and that tells you, hey, this is a window that we should be very aggressive on in that window.
Yes.
And we're asking for seller concessions. And if your agent isn't giving you this type of guidance, maybe you need to seek other counsel, right? If they're not in close relationship with their lender, that's an issue, because I, as a lender, bring things to the fore. You bring things to the fore with the client, and we all work together.
Yes, to
You
get
see?
the best deal. That's very true.
Not just to get into the home, but always for us, we show our clients the what? Exit strategy. The exit strategy. So we have to know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So list to sales price, 3% decrease. Buyer's market, that gives you an idea of how aggressive you can be with the seller concessions. And seller concessions, watch this. If you're a VA home buyer, okay, let me throw one to them too. VA home buyer, the seller can actually pay off debt to help you qualify. And there is no cap on closing costs. Okay, a lot of loan officers get this wrong. The 4% cap is if there's an inducement. Say I have a car, right? And I have a balance on it, and that balance is blowing up my debt to income ratio where I can't buy. Well, the seller can pay that car off for me. And that amount can't exceed 4% of the purchase price. But if it comes to closing costs, escrows, there is no cap.
Okay.
FHA is 6% cap,
Yep.
right? USDA 6, okay? And conventional, depending
That's
on
my down payment.
and the loan, it depends on the loan to value right, that you have. It goes as little as 3 and can go, to 9 or
Right.
greater.
Right.
Get with your lender, get with Kay. She can work those things out. More importantly, if you think you want to buy a home, let me quit pointing at you. They're getting on that to me on my channel. If you think you want to buy a home, right, and you're 3 months out and you're fairly serious, get that buyer's guide in the description
To prepare you.
to prepare yourself, and then reach out to Kay and you think
For some guidance
Yeah.
on your situation. Tell me what's going on, what you want to do, what's your plans, what you're looking for, and then we could go and figuring out the numbers and do what we do best from there.
there you go. What else you got? Cause I'm trying to speed it up. I'm over here. I feel like I'm in your space. Cause we had to go live from the phone. We gonna bring you hoodies, houses and hoodies. We got all these MacBook Pros and stuff around here, but they wasn't proing.
Yeah.
But we love y'all. We gonna bring it to you. So with that, while she's looking at the rest of our run, so we can get out of here, let us know what you guys want to hear. We really come on here, obviously, to build. We're building a business, okay? But in doing so, we just don't want to talk to ourselves. So if you like the content, continue to let us know. Ask questions in the comment section. And if you're relocating, what markets? I mean, you're in the Texas market, and you have referral partners throughout the country.
Yes.
But specifically in the San Antonio area, where's your expertise?
It's 5 cities. So we've got Converse, Cibolo, Shirts, Selma, and Garden Ridge.
Yeah.
Are the main 5 cities.
If you on that I-35, baby, I-35 corridor, you doing yourself a disjustice. Let me put on my spectacles. What they say? Y'all married? Nah, man. This my family member, but we not married, man. Look, I almost said something crazy. The age difference is too big. Some of y'all, look, if she was my old lady, she should have some salt and pepper somewhere too. No? But we are related, but we not married, right?
Right.
Look at that. You see the beautiful round faces? But I know you didn't mean nothing by what is that, Heaven?
Yeah.
Is that how
I
you
believe
pronounce
so,
it?
yeah.
So shout out to you, Heaven. Thanks for stopping by. But again, if you guys have questions about residential real estate, how to buy, how to sell the right way, what's your slogan? Getting you the keys?
No, it's
I'm messing up a slogan.
mine is when you know better, you buy smarter.
Okay. When you know better, you do better. You see what I'm saying? So when you know better, you buy smarter. And what did
They
they
said
say?
Heaven. They're
Okay,
saying
Heaven.
that's the right way
Okay,
to pronounce it.
I'm blind, Heaven. You see what I'm saying? You got anything else for me? Did you told them the cities? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I told them the cities. The last thing we hit all the topics
Okay,
or all
cool.
the points I wanted to for today.
Cool.
The last thing I wanted to say is for my buyers out there, when you are looking to buy, whether you found your home under contract and are going through the process, whether you already own or whether you're thinking about owning, be sure to shop, especially when it comes to your insurance, because every year insurance does go up. And moving around to different companies, you might be able to keep how much it goes up capped, if that makes sense. So it doesn't affect your monthly payment too much. And then dealing with your taxes, there are certain exemptions that you can get as a homeowner with your taxes. They have some that deal with age, if you're
65 or over.
right. And
Homestead.
then, yeah, and then they have exemptions for rural areas. There are all types of different tax exemptions out there. So just do some research there, because you might be able to catch a break in your monthly payment there as well. But other than that, we hit everything, y'all. That's all we had to talk about. I just wanted to, like I said, we hear how expensive homes are.
And they are.
They are, but that gives the narrative that nobody will ever be able to buy again, and that's not the case. So instead of focusing on the problem, which is the price, let's deal with something that we can control, which is the payment, and get those who do want to own a home into the home to where they won't regret it, and will be in a good position.
Church.
So yeah, that's all I had. Do you have anything else to add?
Nah, I was going to, you save it for next time if you guys can remember, but I had a great story for you as far as the insurance. You know, just real quick, on the insurance,
Yeah.
because just had a client, was on the phone with a past client for 2021. When you buy and you start making your payment to your servicer, every year when the insurance comes around, what I would recommend is put an alarm or something on your phone 60 days out to make sure that the place you're making the payment and the insurance company are communicating.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just very sage and wise advice to do that, because if not, then the servicer is going to find, they call it forced placing insurance, and it's going to be $6,000-$7,000 a month. Right? So it might be in your mind, oh, it's another thing. It's adulting. These are things that we have to do. Right? But if you just put it in your flow and make sure that those two entities are talking, then they won't have that problem. I just want to mention that because I was just on the phone.
Happened. Yeah. That's why I threw it in there, because it did just happen.
Yeah.
And it could be quite expensive.
Yeah.
So.
And that's it.
Yeah. So as you guys know, like we said, when you know better, you buy smarter. And for everyone that stopped by, thank you all. And if I didn't say hi, hello. And then until next time, we peacing out. Enjoy your Sunday. Okay, let's see. I think it ended here.